In the record button listener that we looked at in the last video, we talked about how we start the updating of the visualizer view inside of our voice recorder's graphical user interface presentation. And to do that, we posted the updateVisualizer runnable to our handler. And once we do that, as long as we remain in recording mode, which we use the Boolean variable recording to determine, at the end of this if statement, we're going to repost this runnable every 50 milliseconds. So every 50 milliseconds, we're going to be updating the visualizer view. Now, that enables us to display relatively frequently these green lines that indicate the amplitude or the intensity, if you will, of the user's voice as the recording is happening. And to do that, we're going to call to the recorder object, specifically using its getMaxAmplitude method. And what this method does is give you back the highest intensity, the maximum amplitude that was recorded since the last call to this method. And because we're doing this after every 50 milliseconds, we're getting a relatively accurate reflection of the user's voice intensity throughout the recording process. Now, when we get that value, we then say to our visualizer view, we want to add that amplitude to the screen. And part of doing that, we're going to keep track of all the amplitudes that fit in the width of the screen, and if the recording goes on long enough that they don't all fit anymore, the oldest ones will scroll off the left side of the screen and the newest ones will come in from the right side of the screen. And then visualizer.invalidate indicates to the visualizer view that it needs to be redrawn on the screen, which schedules this as part of the GUI thread to be updated. And then, of course, at line 174, after doing that, we post-delayed this runnable called updateVisualizer to be executed again 50 milliseconds into the future.